Every year, thousands of people across the globe dream of one thing: the American dream. A better life, a brighter future, and opportunities that seem endless. But for many, that dream can quickly turn into a nightmare. Deportation doesn't always mean someone committed a crime. In fact, it can happen for reasons most people never think about: paperwork mistakes, false documents, overstaying visas, or even just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Today, we're diving deep into 9 shocking cases where Asians were deported from the United States. Some of these stories are so unbelievable, you'll wonder how they were even possible. And trust me, number 9 will absolutely blow your mind. Stay tuned. Number 1. China, sham marriages and visa fraud. For years, some Chinese nationals tried to secure U.S. residency by entering into fake marriages with American citizens. On the surface, everything looked legitimate: marriage certificates, legal paperwork, and green card applications. But investigators quickly noticed patterns. Couples weren't living together, they didn't share finances, and in many cases, they had barely even met before the wedding. Example, in New York, a massive federal operation uncovered over 30 fraudulent marriages involving Chinese nationals. Once the fraud was proven, not only were the marriages canceled, but the individuals were deported immediately, many with permanent bans from returning to the U.S. Lesson: marriage is a valid path to a green card, but only when it's real and genuine. Immigration fraud is one of the fastest ways to get deported permanently. Number 2. India, the fake university scandal. This case shook the immigration system and made global headlines. Thousands of Indian students unknowingly enrolled in fake universities that looked completely legitimate. But in reality, these schools were set up by undercover federal agents to expose visa fraud. Imagine this: students paid tuition, attended classes, and believed they were earning a U.S. education. But behind the scenes, the entire system was a trap. Once the truth came out, these students were declared out of legal status overnight. Many insisted they were innocent victims, but still, hundreds were deported and blacklisted from future visas. Takeaway: always double-check if a school is accredited and recognized by U.S. authorities before coming to America. Education scams remain one of the biggest traps for international students. Number 3. Pakistan, security violations and visa. Overstays. Pakistani nationals have also faced deportation for multiple reasons, ranging from simple visa overstays to serious national security concerns. Case example: in Texas, one Pakistani national was deported after being linked to false identity documents and overstaying his visa by nearly 10 years. In other cases, individuals were flagged under counterterrorism investigations. Even if they were never formally charged in court, some were still deported under the category of being security risks. Reminder: in the U.S., even minor violations like overstaying a visa can turn into major issues if national security gets involved. Number 4. Philippines, overstayed work visas. The U.S. has always welcomed Filipinos through work programs, especially as nurses, caregivers, and temporary workers. But while most follow the rules, some stayed long after their contracts expired. Case study: in California, dozens of Filipino caregivers overstayed their visas by several years. Immigration enforcement later raided workplaces, arresting many and placing them in removal proceedings. Lesson: overstaying, even by just a few months, can carry heavy penalties: 3-year bans, 10-year bans, or even permanent bars depending on the case. Number 5. Bangladesh, fake passports and identity fraud. Bangladeshi nationals have been deported for identity fraud, using fake or altered travel documents in an attempt to enter or stay in the U.S. Example: in 2019, a group of Bangladeshis tried crossing into the U.S. through Mexico using counterfeit passports. Immigration authorities caught them, deported them immediately, and blacklisted them permanently. Point: in U.S. immigration law, fake documents had automatic deportation, no second chances. Number 6. Vietnam, crimes and deportation after prison. For many Vietnamese immigrants, deportation didn't happen immediately after arrival. It came years later, after criminal convictions. In the United States, immigration law is extremely strict on this issue. Even if a person serves their prison sentence, they can still face deportation once released. Why? Because under U.S. law, certain crimes automatically make non-citizens deportable offenses. Example, several Vietnamese immigrants who had lived in America for decades were caught in drug-related offenses and theft. Even though they had families, jobs, and strong community ties, the law gave them no protection. Once the criminal cases were closed, ICE moved in, and deportation followed. Harsh reality. Even permanent residents, green card holders, are not immune. If they commit crimes that fall under the aggravated felony or moral turpitude categories, deportation is mandatory. Number 7. Nepal. Fake asylum claims. After Nepal's brutal civil conflict, thousands of Nepalese citizens sought safety in the U.S., applying for asylum. Asylum is supposed to protect people fleeing real persecution, threats to their lives, political oppression, or war. But investigators discovered that not every claim was genuine. Some applications included fabricated stories, altered documents, or completely false narratives designed to win legal status. Example, dozens of Nepalese applicants were later found to have submitted fake political persecution claims. Once exposed, their cases collapsed instantly, and deportation orders were issued. Warning: asylum is a powerful protection for the truly vulnerable, but false claims destroy credibility, not only for the individual, but also for others who genuinely need help. For those caught faking, deportation is the unavoidable outcome. Number 8. South Korea. Working illegally on tourist visas. Tourist visas are very clear. You can visit, but you cannot work. Yet many South Koreans overstayed or violated visa rules by working in small cash-based businesses, restaurants, salons, and local shops. Real case. In Los Angeles, immigration agents raided a number of small businesses and discovered dozens of South Korean nationals working without authorization. Many believed their jobs were too small to be noticed, but U.S. immigration enforcement does track such cases, and the result was swift deportation. Fact: violating a tourist visa by working, even part-time, can lead to immediate removal and a 10-year re-entry ban. What might feel like a harmless job to survive can permanently shut the door on future opportunities in America. Number 9. Thailand. Human trafficking and exploitation rings. This final case is perhaps the most shocking and disturbing of all. Unlike simple overstays or visa fraud, this one involves organized crime, exploitation, and broken lives. Some Thai nationals became deeply involved in human trafficking networks that preyed on vulnerable people. These organizations were highly structured, promising poor or desperate individuals opportunities for modeling, entertainment, or restaurant jobs in the U.S. Families often believed their loved ones were headed toward a brighter future, but once inside America, the reality was horrifying. Many were trapped in debt bondage, stripped of their passports, and forced into illegal labor, sexual exploitation, or underground work. For victims, escaping was nearly impossible without outside intervention. Example, a major bust in Minnesota revealed a large-scale trafficking ring run by Thai nationals. Women were recruited under the false promise of modeling contracts, but were instead forced into exploitative conditions. Federal agents dismantled the operation, the perpetrators were prosecuted, and after serving their sentences, all of them were deported immediately. Reality: in cases involving serious crimes, human trafficking, drug smuggling, or organized fraud, there are no second chances. In the eyes of U.S. law, prison is only the beginning. Deportation is the final guarantee. Number 10. Malaysia. Student visa. Abuse and illegal work. Many Malaysians come to the U.S. for education, but not all follow the rules. Some students were deported after being caught working illegally while on student visas. Example, in Chicago, a group of Malaysian students were discovered working full-time at delivery and restaurant jobs while on F1 visas. U.S. law allows limited on-campus work or optional training, but not unauthorized jobs. Immigration authorities considered this a violation, and deportations followed. Lesson: a student visa is for study, not for full-time work. Violating that condition can end in losing status and deportation. Number 11. Indonesia. Overstays and fake religious visas. Indonesia has also seen deportations, especially linked to visa overstays and fake religious worker visas. Some applicants claimed they were coming as religious leaders or missionaries, but investigations showed otherwise. Case study: in Los Angeles, several Indonesians were deported after being caught with falsified documents claiming they were church workers. When verified, their paperwork turned out fake. Others simply overstayed tourist visas by many years, only to be caught in random workplace raids. Key point: religious visas, R1, are heavily scrutinized. If found to be fraudulent, deportation is certain. From China's fake marriages to Thailand's trafficking scandals, and now Malaysia and Indonesia joining the list, these stories prove one thing: deportation can hit anyone, anywhere, for reasons big or small. Some cases involve serious crimes, while others are simply paperwork mistakes or overstays. But the result is the same: a one-way ticket back home. So, I'll ask again, do you think the US is being too strict, or is it just protecting its laws? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more eye-opening immigration stories, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.